We're in crypto summer. We just started crypto summer. Crypto summer is up only. Yes, you get the 30% pullbacks that happen in your face in minutes, but that's crypto summer. We're all debating whether we get a left translated cycle or a bubble cycle that goes on further than we imagine. None of us know that yet, but we're at the sweet spot. Global liquidity is picking up, should continue going forwards. Business cycles should pick up. So this is the time. This is the great time. And this is the time when ETH outperforms Bitcoin, Solana outperforms ETH. A bunch of alts will outperform Solana. So, it's obviously, it is the great opportunity. It's the kind of, the big trade is now on.
Raoul Pal, the founder and CEO of Real Vision, believes that following the recent crypto market correction, the crypto summer has officially begun. He is highly optimistic about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and especially Solana for the latter half of 2024 and into 2025. According to Pal, this bull market will be the largest crypto bull run ever. He predicts it will be unique, driven by a combination of crypto and macroeconomic factors. Pal expects Bitcoin to potentially reach $200,000 during this bull run. However, with the introduction of an Ethereum ETF and a potential Solana ETF, he believes Ethereum and Solana could outperform Bitcoin. In this video, Pal shares his straightforward strategy for trading top cryptocurrencies and meme coins to maximize gains during the bull market. His bullish outlook is also based on expectations of more quantitative easing measures, which he humorously refers to as more cowbell. Be sure to watch until the end of the video, where we'll analyze some on-chain Bitcoin data indicating the crypto market might recover faster than anticipated. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out daily 5-minute crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now.
All financial markets work the same way. You put capital in, and it's coming into Bitcoin. It then flows into the less liquid assets, and they rise more, right? It's just all markets work the same way. So it comes into Bitcoin, it pushes up the other assets. So the next phase is obviously the ETH ETF. ETH is really an interesting dynamic because the more ETH you buy, the more the supply is reduced. With about 28% locked up in bloody staking, I mean, it's going to get quite a disruley market. It's just going to be very price gappy to the upside and probably the downside. So that's going to get fun. Solana has been like the main adoption horse because it's going up the adoption curve, so it tends to outperform. So I just think you just have that perfect risk curve where Bitcoin starts the cycle well, ETH then starts to outperform. If you look at the ETH Bitcoin chart, it's basing, it looks like it should start to break higher over time. And that's pretty much what happened. When was it? About September 2020. No, it was like summer 2020. We saw the same kind of thing. So we should see that continue. And then Solana, if I look at the Solana ETH chart, it's about to break higher again. It's like this perfect little flag pattern, should keep going. So it looks as is, and as I've kind of thought all the way through. I think nothing changes. So I think Solana is ETH of the last cycle, right? This is a proper blockchain that's getting full adoption. So this is a real thing. Firedance is the kicker. So we've got some real stuff happening here. So in terms of price targets, I mean, who the hell knows? But if we kind of replicate what ETH did last cycle, that was a 45x from the low. So you get somewhere like about $500. If I look at the other charts, I get somewhere between 500 and 1,000. And it just depends on the structure of this market. If we get a bubble cycle, it'll go to 1,000. If we get some sort of left translated, it gets to 500. It's something like that. You know, as we all know here, you know, price targets are pretty useless, but because you need to see the structure and nature of the market when it happens. So it's all well and good us having an idea now, but we'll feel it and know it when it's happening. So here's my odds. My odds is 60% this is kind of a normal cycle. I would say the last cycle we had wasn't. It was stunted. The last leg was stunted. We should have had another leg higher. We didn't get it. 2017 was was probably more of a normal crypto cycles like 2013. They get quite blow-offy top at the end. There's a full bubble cycle that could be kind of la land, which I would give 20%. I give 60% to a normal cycle and 20% to a left translated cycle. That's kind of where my odds are right now. We have not seen on the media side the rush. It's not happened yet. It's the same people still. Yeah, I can see my Twitter numbers growing again because they were flatlined for a long time, but they're still not growing fast. I mean, I hit 1 million, I don't know, 4 months ago, and I'm at like 1,020,000. So we're not seeing a massive influx. So you're right. I mean, look, there's some anecdotal evidence, yes, but we're not really seeing a mass participation. And, you know, but it is early. It's early in the cycle. We forget because, look, we were all quite lucky in getting this cycle quite right. So we feel like we've been in it all the way through. But don't forget, last cycle, most of us were buying now.
Or later.
For us, April, May, and June last
Us, it was later. I got in the same time as you guys, right? Like, it was later. Like,
but obviously the price is further this time. So it's different. So I don't know, and let's just keep an open mind. I think Michael's view is also right. I just don't think we know. So we just have to keep a very open mind, which is why I'm trying to use a probabilistic framework and just keep adjusting as we go. I'm so careful in what I say these days. I would have a very different conversation with you guys off camera than on camera.
Yeah.
Because I'm so cautious because people are, you know, the internet is a pretty awful place.
yes.
And so, yeah, we've all been through it, right? And so I think Benny's right, you know. Actually, what we say is much more cautious, and we do have PTSD, not so much from markets, PTSD from bloody Twitter.
Yes, sir. But you know what, Raoul? Like, I always get called a bulltard and like I'm a perma bull. I was bullish at the lows and bullish at the highs, but like, again, like we haven't seen shit yet. Like ETH's not even $1,000. Like,
you've been right to be bullish because the market over time goes bottom left to top right. You know, over the time horizon. Depends what time horizon people are using, which is the other big problem. Everyone screws that up. My setup is I'm really 95% just in my core positions, and then 5% of silly stuff, which I've got some stuff that's too small I won't talk about, and then I've got Whiff, and I've got Doge. You know, so I've got the dogs. You know, because the dogs run first. You know, this is the perfect point for the dog cycle. So you do a bit of that for the fun of it. But I'm not very good at this part of it because you always end up and look back and you're too late into a cycle. You look back, you got this shrapnel of useless shit. I mean, if I look back at my wallet last time around, the decentralized and sandbox and all of this stuff you get stuck with from narratives that you overstayed in, you know, that's the issue, is not overstaying in this stuff. This is the hard part. People don't realize the hard part is actually the last part of the cycle. It's the hardest part. It's not buying the cycle. It's not running the cycle. It's the end. Because if it finishes early, you kind of get caught holding the bag. If it finishes normally and you've got PTSD, you end up selling a bit too early. That's not the worst thing. If it has a super cycle, I mean, I remember selling Bitcoin in 2017 at like 2,500 and thinking I was great. Went to 20,000, kind of 10x in the next 5 months. So that's really difficult to deal with. So last time I didn't sell at all, and this time around, and I've been thinking this, is I will just take some off for lifestyle chips probably at the end of this year, just in time and not price.
I like
just
that.
Because there's some lifestyle chips I want to take off. And then I'll run it. And if it ends up being a bubble cycle, I'll take some more off. If it's a normal cycle, I'll just run it. The other capacity I've got is, and Benny's aware of this, I've been talking to him about this, is like, I'm now starting to think that the top of the entire investment pyramid is the super high-end arts NFTs of the OGs. And that's where you put savings into. So you just keep peeling off savings, putting them into that. So my wildest prediction is basically, it's just don't fuck this up. I mean, I keep saying it. It's so simple. It's just don't do anything. Look, this show is all great fun and we all talk about stuff. Pretty much everybody here is actually only trading, messing around with their smaller part of their position. Really, we're actually just holding our core positions where we have beliefs. And that is really the key thing. And, yes, Rollbit's a sponsor. Yes, people use leverage. Yes, everybody here is exponential markets, right? Everybody knows how to use leverage. I don't use leverage. But, again, you can do it on the small bag. You can learn the game. But this is the biggest, crypto has been and remains the biggest macro opportunity we have ever been given. It's the best performing asset of all time in the fastest period of time. This is the big one. This is the one where you don't get a chance to bitch. We didn't get a chance. They got rich. Every single person on earth can put 10% of their weekly paycheck into this. So we're all on a level playing field. So the key thing is not lose control of your tokens. So that's really it. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just don't get too greedy. You'll be fine over time.
Raoul Pal believes this bull run will be an everything everywhere all at once scenario, with multiple industry aspects developing simultaneously. With the approval and success of spot Bitcoin ETFs, and the potential introduction of Ethereum and Solana ETFs, Pal is confident that tens of billions of dollars will be funneled into the industry by wealthy traditional finance players looking to diversify their assets from the uncertain fiat world into crypto. This influx will have immediate effects on prices as we progress deeper into the bull market. Examining on-chain Bitcoin data, it's evident that many short-term factors suppressing crypto prices are coming to an end. One significant factor was the German government selling off billions of dollars of their Bitcoin holdings in June. The good news, as indicated by on-chain data, is that the German government has now sold all of their Bitcoin, ending this selling pressure. This could be the catalyst to ignite the parabolic crypto bull run that Pal is predicting. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.